Hello, and welcome to the Project's Relax Talk. I am your host, Smokey, and joining with me, as always, is my co-host, Spooge.
Hello.
Alright, this episode is a Toonami Night episode. We have watched some more anime.
Yes.
Today, we have finished Devil May Cry.
Yes, the series.
Yes, well, it would have been Let's Play if Let's Plays would
Yeah.
have been coming out if we were talking about the video game, but yes, the anime series of Devil May Cry we have completed. And I'm so torn on it.
I'd say it's a 3.5.
Yeah, I would definitely put it at 3.5. I was definitely hoping that for 4, though, when it came to the series, especially because I'm an avid fan for the Devil May Cry video game series.
Mm-hmm.
It,
Definitely
it,
had a lot of strong moments.
yeah, definitely had a lot of strong moments, definitely a lot of strong characters. I didn't expect it, but I actually grown very attached to Patty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think all the characters were all strong. There's only really one thing that was going against it is that they had to really like tease the fights. Obviously they didn't have a lot of money going, and it obviously got rushed.
Yeah, it was definitely a rush job to get this out before the fourth video game came out.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm not mistaken, it came out like a few months after this was aired completely. So this was definitely used to establish the Lady Trish and Dante connection and
Mm-hmm.
enforce their relationships together, which is fine.
Yeah,
But they do not
definitely.
explain why Morrison and Patty don't show up until the fifth game. They do not explain that whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And Morrison also becomes black in the video games as well.
Ah.
Yeah, and definitely a weird character shift.
Hmm. Odd, isn't it?
Yeah, but other than that, I liked
Doesn't he
that
have
it
like a
was
butler thing going?
a what thing going.
Doesn't he have kind of like a butler thing going?
Yeah, it was sort of like a butler, but more like a manager type deal.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, a manager slash butler.
Like a butler that didn't clean.
Yeah, a butler that went out and got him gigs,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess it's just because he looked like a butler.
Yeah, he definitely dresses like one, but other than that, he really wasn't.
I was making sure that there wasn't any intentional butler vibes because like him turning black after like of him
No,
being
for
like a
sure.
servant character.
For sure not. No, he's definitely
Okay.
more of a manager.
Okay. Good, good.
Yeah, he goes out and he looks for the demon hunting jobs.
Yeah, he was always bringing someone over
Yeah, always.
because Dante isn't doesn't give a fuck.
For sure, he literally just would sit around and wait for them to come around.
Yeah, if like just you have to call him and he might not even pick up the phone.
If he's lazy, if he's feeling bored enough, he won't.
Yeah,
Which I like Dante's character. It's definitely, especially in this.
yeah, and I like that. Hey, I'm a person who's never played the games, and from what I've probably seen only like some gameplay of like the newest one, and I thought he was kind of annoying of like some of the parts that I saw him like in some of the game footage I've seen, but I really liked him in this.
Yeah, it's hit and miss with Dante. Some of it depends on the to be honest, it depends on the writing that he's
Mm-hmm.
given. Because
Yeah.
sometimes he is giving cringy moments, but in other times he's giving great moments. Especially in the third video game, he's younger than he is
Mm-hmm.
in this, so there's kind of like a reason for his arrogance behavior.
Yeah.
And after this, he's just been through so much that he's finally get that fucking attitude. And this is also since, if I'm not mistaken, chronologically, 2 happens after this. And 2, he's very stoic and quiet and silent. He doesn't really talk in 2. He's more of
Yeah.
a silent protagonist, so you can definitely see where they're kind of moving him to that, you know,
Yeah, because he's a smart ass, but he's also pretty quiet in this, and this is a good combo. I like this version of him.
and I just, yeah, they did him really well in this.
Yeah, there's definitely not really even like a weak character. I even liked like a lot of the side characters too.
Um
It's like one-off ones. Like I thought they were done pretty well. Like some of them were kind of like meh, but like they were still good. Like they're still like acted well.
and
You
none of
know.
them were very annoying either. They all served their purpose very well.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. There's definitely some like non sequitur type of things when you're just like, okay, that happened.
Yeah, to be honest, I love how, to be honest, they kind of borrowed a little bit from Cowboy Bebop and made it have a plot that's going on in the background that doesn't
Yeah.
really matter, and you can definitely see these as very episodic episodes. They're very standalone.
Mm-hmm. That's why, like, there's ones that would be like that, and they wouldn't bother me. But then it was just like ones where it's like, and they didn't show like a lot of action on like some of those ones too. So you're just kind of like, oh, okay, that was something. You know, I'm trying to think of. There's a couple of them where it just seemed like it just cut away when the fight was starting. You know.
Yeah, it happened that it happened almost every time the fight started after the first episode.
Mm-hmm. It'd be like with some of the coolest like design demons too.
Which is very disappointing because I'd love to see, which it's kind of explained in a way how none of these demons are actually quite powerful enough to go toe to toe with even a regular human as Lady.
Yeah.
And let's get into that. What did you think of the 2 female characters, Lady and Trish?
I mean, they were there. They were good. I didn't know who like their connection like most of the time. I like kind of like the little gag of hey, whoa, fuck, hey, get the fuck out of here.
I I was able to meet you just a tiny bit there. uh,
Cat fight.
all
Jeez.
right.
Oh yeah,
Lady and Trish,
yeah, I like the gag of like Dante owing Trish. Uh,
Lady.
the lady definitely just seems it's definitely just there.
I Lady's the female Arsenal.
Oh, she was the one that was shooting. Was she? Oh wait, I thought she was the one that was shooting lightning.
No, Trish is the one that shoots lightning. Lady is the
Okay,
female
sorry, yeah,
Arsenal.
sorry, lady was the one that I liked more, and then Trish was kind of just there.
Getcha. Yeah, that, and to be honest, that's more based on the connection she has with Dante.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think they really. I mean, like, there's some moments I guess they kind of had like a like some connection like that, but they didn't have much. Like, they didn't even really have that much interaction. Like, Trish and Lady have more interaction.
Yeah, this is definitely was to establish that their connection, because
Mm-hmm.
in 4 they're kind of more buddy buddy, and if you don't watch this, it's not explained at all in the video game, so you're like, okay, that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So
Gotcha.
they definitely took advantage of using this to explain that little tidbit.
Yeah.
And also, I had another point, but I forgot it.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I was gonna get into the explanation of you kind of have to know that Lady is from the third game, which chronologically takes place for everything else, and in that
Mm.
game, it's all about Dante's brother and her father trying to reopen the demon world, reconnect the demon world with the human world.
Ah.
Yeah, and it ends up she's kills her. She's the one that ends up killing her father in the end, and it's a big deal for her because like she's hunted him down and everything, and that's why she doesn't like going by her real name, which is Maria.
Ah.
And it's even to the point where they kind of reference towards it because that one dude was about to call her real name, and she was like, "My name's Lady, and you better not fucking." And the reason why she goes by Lady is sort of out of kind of a weird respect for Dante,
Mm.
because that's the only thing that Dante would call her in the third game was Lady.
Mm. Gotcha. Is that why she's got like different colored eyes?
Uh, I think that's just a characteristic of her family that she has different color eyes to foreshadow her connection to her father in the first game, which was I believe his name was Arkham.
So is he a demon?
He was a human that sacrificed his wife to become possessed by a demon.
Ah.
And he does have a demon form. It's this weird jester form that
Mm.
he can take, but he can definitely only hold that form for a certain amount of time.
Sounds like a sounds like a Joker reference.
Kind of,
Named him
kind of,
Arkham, and then you made him a jester.
kind of. Yeah, it
That's
might
definitely a
be.
call. That's definitely got to be a shout
He
out.
and he definitely has a long note. He has a long note. It's, it's weird. I like his character in as the Jester. I wish there was more of the Jester than it was Arkham, but we get more Arkham than we do Jester.
Mm.
Jester is supposed to be a separate character, but it's definitely just the demon form of Arkham.
Okay, I
And
got you.
and with Trish, you got to know that she's literally just a demon that was manufactured to look exactly like Dante's mom to throw him off a bit, but it kind of
Mm.
like backfires because it instead he grows attached to her and she grows
Mm.
attached to him, and there's this weird motherly in love relationship going on with them, but they definitely kind of do away with that for some reason. And Trish
Mm.
is just a character that's constantly there for some reason.
May-
They
Maybe
never.
they were scared people would misinterpret it.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that's what happened. But she's definitely never given any real characterization besides I'm a demon that became a demon hunter because of Dante.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's why she can like shoot lightning.
That's just the power she was created with.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I guess that'd be a demony thing.
Which I'm not sure. I don't think she's given a demon form,
Mm-hmm.
but she might have a demon form. We're just never shown it.
Mm-hmm. That'll be in the next game.
Oh, and I am upset they cock teased us with the devil trigger
Mm-hmm.
in the last fight. They for a brief second they flash Dante's eye a different color, and that's it. That's all we
Ah,
get. It's like, no, because his devil trigger looks so fucking cool. Like, why?
but yeah, definitely the first episode went super strong. It had like even like a Kill Bill esque like scene too, when like the drape when he makes the drape go down.
Oh, yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
started off super, yeah, super strong.
And it kind of just like teetered off as it went.
Yeah, and there wasn't, but like not. It's definitely not a significant amount of teetering off. It's definitely worth a recommendation. Definitely worth a watch, a full watch.
Oh yeah, I definitely recommend watch this. This,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're a fan of the video games. I mean, you probably already watched this, but if you haven't and you've been playing the video games, you should definitely watch this because it's definitely just a good look into how Dante operates on a normal basis.
Mm-hmm. And it gives you tidbits of lore.
Yeah, it gives you tidbits of lore here and there. Like, I did not know Dante fought and killed Sparta's apprentices, which they deserve such a better fight scene.
Yeah.
That was part that was they suffered from the starting to foreshadow a fight but cut away as soon as the fight starts.
Mm-hmm. Do they show up in the games?
No, they don't show up whatsoever in the game. This is the only. They don't even mention them in the games, if I'm not mistaken. So
Well, damn.
it's definitely a tidbit of lore that you can surmise, and they also do the was it Abigail? Was that the demon's name that they? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They definitely allude to another powerful demon that's not so powerful because if it can't handle, they're in the video games, there are lesser demons that can survive Dante's Devil Trigger, but in this one,
Mm-hmm.
the main demon just like gets obliterated just by the sight of it.
Mm-hmm. And I guess like we didn't even like if he was super powerful, we didn't get to see him because like he did defeat Dante at first, but we didn't get to see that shit.
No, we didn't get to see that at all. We literally just got to see the aftermath on it. And if you know Devil May Cry, then you're definitely doubly confused because Devil May Cry, that when he gets impaled, that literally just empowers him even more. That So it's not something
Mm-hmm.
you do with Dante. You don't go impaling him with gigantic swords, especially his own sword.
On a cross. I I like even just putting him on the cross is like sort of like tempting like fate to like have him be resurrected.
Oh yeah.
Like, come on, you think demons would know that shit?
Oh man, that.
Don't
But
ever put a magic man on a cross.
just makes them better. Just makes them powerful,
Yeah.
more powerful. But yeah, definitely worth a watch.
Definitely.
Oh, but we definitely can't go on for an hour talking about Devil May Cry series. It's there's nothing really stand out about it. It's not your standard anime. It's definitely above average,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just not it. It could have been so much better if it had more time to bake in the oven.
Mm-hmm. That's the key right there. That's the key for anything. Sometimes you just gotta let things fucking grow.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta let things simmer and bake at a steady pace. You can't rush them.
You don't pick your weed no matter how tempting it is. You gotta wait for your weed to be ready before you start picking it. You can't just start picking it when it starts budding.
Yeah, then you're really messing up there.
Yeah. You gotta let it sit, and you can't be picking. You can't open it and be like, "Oh, it might be ready." No,
Yeah.
gotta let it sit. Gotta let it dry. Gotta let gotta let it gotta let it age a little. Gotta let it form.
Yes, yes, for sure.
And
But
then definitely because you said that they probably rushed this out because the game was coming like pretty soon, right?
yeah, the game came out. I want to say it's probably not. It's probably like June or July, but I want to say
Mm-hmm.
that it came out January 2018. And this, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not 2018, 2008. My bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But and this came out in 2007, and I think it's like in November of 2007. So definitely very short
Yeah.
time period to get this out.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
But I'm not sad that I watched it. I definitely see why that I would pick it up and drop off after a while, and that's definitely because it would get me the cock teasing of the fight scenes would just get me in the mood to go play the video games so I
Mhm.
could get some actually decent fight scenes.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Well, speaking of white-haired twinks,
yes, yes, we are. I want to say we're halfway through. I want to check. They're taking it off of Hulu, them bastards.
they're taking Gungrave off of Hulu.
In 13 days, yep.
Oh fuck, we're gonna get done with it. Those bastards.
Yep, 11 days now, actually. Yeah, yeah, we are halfway through. We are on episode. I don't want to fucking start the episode, but we're on episode 15, and and there's 26 episodes, I want to say.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. If it starts getting real close, we might just have to dedicate a Toonami night to it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're on episode 15 now,
Yeah, it's dangerous still.
and there's 26 episodes, so we have 11 episodes to go. Uh we're we can say we're pretty much at the halfway mark. We're a little bit over the halfway mark. We're actually one episode over the halfway mark, to be honest.
Hmm. Yeah, we got done with most of the mafia stuff.
Yes, the mafioso stuff is slowly but surely wrapping up,
Hmm. And it's
and I'm
starting to get into the sci-fi stuff.
and I'm kind of sad to see the mafioso stuff go. To be honest, I wish there was more episodes.
They did a lot of the mafioso stuff very well. Like that, yeah, it was just like there's some like almost Godfather esque moments.
Yeah, I know that it wasn't alluding, but the just to be honest, I really love the cigarette kiss scene.
Yeah, yeah, and and throughout this show, just because there's a lot of kind of some like semi awkward moments of some like intense staring
Yeah,
between men.
there's
We've been
definitely
joking
some
that everyone's
strong.
gay.
Yeah, there's definitely some strong homoeroticism in this if you're not
Yeah,
careful.
intentional or unintentional,
The,
but
the, the
there's
cigarette
one
kiss is
scene where we
intentional.
definitely think, yeah, it was definitely intentional between those two, between Bear and his fucking name's Bear, and and the other guy,
Yes, that
Pompadour,
they
Pompadour
definitely.
Pete.
Yes, Pompadour Pete and Bear. They definitely was alluding to a much deeper relationship between them than they could
Mhm.
have.
Yeah, because for like this is how the scene goes. Like it's they're sitting together, they're reminiscing of old times, and yeah, like one gives the other a cigarette, and then he takes out his lighter to light it, but then before he lights it, he pauses with it open, puts it back in his pocket, and then leans in to have to light the other cigarette with his cigarette with like a cigarette kiss. Both of them in their mouths, leaned in, pointing down almost like a heart, and hard eye contact.
There's like, uh, there's no denying that scene.
That there had to be a subtle, and I really like that because it's almost like it doesn't even seem like it'd be something that's like we have to keep it under wraps because we can't have gay stuff. It's almost like it made sense because these are mafioso guys. They even have families. And if you know anything about mafioso people, you can't be gay because that's seen as weak.
Yeah, that for sure. So,
Yeah, so it makes sense that that tension would be there, that love would be there, and
yeah,
yeah,
and it to be honest, it makes the anime so much better with that illusion, with them alluding to that.
and that wasn't too far before that character died, like right?
No, that was his death scene basically. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that was a
and
big.
Brandon. Oh my god, they do so many like great things with themes and stuff. Like how they kind of have Brandon kind of like they have a lot of like analogy or like a lot of comparisons to him and Big Daddy, which is like the big head of the syndicate,
Oh
Millennium.
yes, yes. That I already pointed out how much symbology that they put in this thing.
Yeah, and I mean Brandon and Harry, and for a character let's go into Brandon for a character that really doesn't say a lot. It really still works.
Oh, dude, yes. It's hard to explain. It just something about just something about his personality. It seems like that would be the way he would
Mhm.
be just because of what he's been through and everything.
Yeah, and he does talk, and it makes what he says like even like because he'll just say like yes sir or things like that. But when he actually like says something of importance, it's always still really short but powerful. You know.
Yes, and it actually has some deeper meaning to it than him just saying a stupid line to lore dump or something like that.
Yeah, and I'd say like the weakest relationship at first was probably Maria and Brandon, just because they don't have a lot of scenes together until later.
Yeah, but I think they did that on purpose because they
Mm.
definitely needed to get to explain Big Daddy and Maria a little bit better because they do expend more time together. So I would see them having a deeper relationship than Brandon and Maria.
I just think like before, like in the when Maria was still living, but before she was living with Big Daddy, we should have had more moments just at that point, and then had
Yeah,
them split off, and then that makes more sense,
but
and then it would be like a bigger.
we didn't really have enough time in that time period. We had like 2 episodes in that time period.
Yeah,
So we
true.
really didn't have enough time to see their relationship.
Yeah,
But I understand what you mean. The
but it, you know, I mean I think that's still like the weakest relationship, and it's not even that like it's not done badly. It's
no,
you know.
no, no, because it works for the story. To be honest,
Mhm.
like I said, I would
They
hate
really
it.
Harry's probably one of the best characters.
Oh man, Harry is such a good character. His character arc is so good and so believable too.
That this is what they like kind of tried to do with Vicious in the new one and failed horribly.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Except it was like, and this is a more believable escalation of like his character too. You know what I mean? Like of he doesn't just become like ha, out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
and
It makes a lot of sense.
it's subtly there in the beginning too.
Hmm.
His malevolence as well. How he just shot the one dude and everything.
Hmm. And it's definitely of a place of just how he's grown up and just how he's felt powerless, and he's just trying to strive to grab for power. And they just did it so much better because, like, I know with Vicious in the Cowboy Bebop live action, it's just like he's still the same, and I don't even know how he's friends with anybody.
uh,
It's not
but
believable at all. But yeah, this is a much better villain. I really like, especially of having that type of dynamic between the hero and villain. You know.
yeah, and I hate how they're. No, I don't hate, but I love how it's not really. It doesn't end with Brandon hating Harry at all. He's definitely just there. It's definitely a big misunderstanding between them,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what brings that final scene of them in the elevator to such a great. It just
Mm-hmm.
that elevator scene is so fucking great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just like even before that too, just them alluding that the fact that their backs were turned.
Yeah, their backs are turned to each other. Harry's in the dark and Brandon's in the
Mhm.
light,
Yeah.
and their fucking suits, their suits are inversed to not only allude to their personality, but to allude how their indifference to each other as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Definitely.
they just use so much in that one scene.
Yeah, like that was definitely like the best episode so far.
Uh,
And I mean, so far, so far, I definitely give this a 4.5. I definitely need to see where it goes, but it's definitely feeling like a five.
to be honest, I'm on the same. I'm at 4.5 right now because I don't remember how this goes. I don't remember how it ends, but if it ends really well, then it's definitely going to be a 5 for me as well.
Mm-hmm. Because there's definitely a lot of episodes that were already just fives.
Like
And even like something like a episode that's weaker than another never really felt different because this all connects so well
yeah,
into
it's yes, the quality of it's so consistent. It might dip every once in a while, but it doesn't dip to the point where it's unbearable to deal with.
Mhm.
The lowest it will go is a 3.5, and that's me being very nitpicky at it. I would more say the lowest it would go is a 4 for me personally.
Mhm. Yeah, I definitely agree. Definitely agree.
But we'll have to see. We still have so much more to go.
Hmm.
We have 11 more episodes to go, and we'll see on the next Toonami night of Relax Talk how we feel about it.
Yeah.
Definitely, we might actually be able to dedicate a whole episode to GunGrave once we're finished with it. This was
Yeah.
just what we think now.
Yeah, because we haven't even gotten to the craziest. I mean, they're getting to the sci-fi stuff. They already got like the like zombie dudes going around, but it hasn't even gotten to the peak of its like sci-fi stuff.
No, it's just now ramping up the sci-fi, and I like that. I like how they didn't just cram in the mafioso and sci-fi stuff together.
Hmm.
They had a gradual build up towards it. They opened it up, and they was like, "Hey, expect this in the future. This
Hmm.
will be what the series is gonna be eventually. But until then, enjoy this Godfather story."
Yeah.
And then like halfway through the Godfather story, they weave the sci-fi stuff in a little tiny bit, and they kind of grow and let it weave together naturally instead of just cramming it in at this junction where we're in now and just being like, oh, okay, that was out of nowhere.
It kind of makes me wonder how the games are because I have no fucking
I have
I
no
didn't
clue
know it was a
either.
game. I didn't know it was a game until I like was looking up gifs and kept getting like gifs of games and not the actual anime.
Yeah, I knew it was a video game, and if I'm not mistaken, they're coming out with another Gungrave series here soon.
A game one or a series like a cart animation.
Not sure. I'm looking into it now.
Hopefully not our live action.
No, it's definitely not going to be a live action.
Please, no more of those. Please, God.
I'm not sure because it's hard to say. Gungrave is a 2002. I could have swore I saw something about a new Gungrave. New Gungrave. Yeah, there's gonna be a new Gungrave video game.
Okay.
Oh, I do not like Beyond the Grave's design. They gave him black hair.
Oh yeah, that's why I always see him with black hair in like the gifts too. Like it seems like he has black hair in the games, which I don't know why he's got white in this one.
But I prefer that. I prefer him having black hair as Brandon, and when he's beyond the grave, him having white hair.
Yeah, because I mean it hasn't happened yet, but I can guess what's about to happen. That he's gonna get brought back, and that makes sense for his hair.
Yeah, not only
He
that, but
died.
it kind of shifts him. It's more good symbolism. His hair shifting from black to white. Him being evil mafioso dude to being the guardian protector of that little girl.
Yeah, definitely. So
Uh,
definitely watch it, people. I mean, I I can't imagine that it would dip in quality enough for me not to recommend this already.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't see how it could. I don't remember. I
Because
know I've watched this before, but I just don't. I can't remember it dipping in quality.
even if it's kind of weak at the end, like the first half of this is worth it.
Oh, so worth it. I'm going to say this now. I watched this with my mom, and she actually enjoyed this. So
Oh, nice.
that gives you a little something, She so
Mm.
but yeah, and we're gonna have to go for like 10 more minutes. So how about you talk about what you think about the first episodes of Death Note?
Uh, they're real good. They're what I remembered. We're up to what I watched,
Gotcha.
and I mean I was drawn in then too, but I forget what even stopped me. But I mean it's definitely getting started. A lot of great scenes. I mean the writing scene, of course, like that was almost that almost like kind of reminded me of like speaking of Godfather of like the baptism scene almost.
Yes, yes.
um, with all everyone just dramatically dying. And we're watching the dub because of you. I would have watched either, but because that you're bothered by light.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's like
I honestly wasn't bothered by light, but I actually didn't like the Ryuk in the Japanese.
yeah, light for me in the Japanese. I've switched back and forth every so often. For some of the scenes where I feel he should have emotion, he's just too flat. And
Mm-hmm.
the Japanese, the dub Light Yagami definitely has more emotion in his delivery for me.
Mm-hmm.
But and you're saying you don't like Ryuk in it, so
Yeah, yeah. It's just because I've that wasn't a bad voice actor in the Japanese one. It's just I've heard that voice for demons in Japanese like other animes before. Like I can tell that's definitely someone who's done like demon voices. I feel like I even heard him in Devil May Cry.
I wouldn't be surprised.
and uh, and yeah, the English one is definitely has more of original. And honestly, I can definitely see why they got Willem Dafoe for the god awful remake. Like it
The
definitely works. Mm-hmm.
depending on how connected you get to this series, I might make you I might make you sit through that.
Oh, oh no.
Make you
with whites. The main character white.
yes. Shit. Make you suffer. Suffer like I suffered. I didn't even care that they made him white. They just you'll that we're gonna have to we'll have to finish the anime and then we'll have to watch the movie for you to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Because it's set in Japan, and he the.
yeah, it's set in Japan, but the live action is I believe set in San Francisco or California.
I don't like this. I don't get that. Why you couldn't just film in Japan. They have movie studios. Like,
But
what?
William
What was the
Defoe.
reason why it wasn't set in Japan?
I can't. There's no explanation. There's really no explanation for it.
Didn't you say it was like some Naked Brothers band guy?
Yeah, yeah. The lead of Light Yagami plays the lead in the Naked Brothers band, the Nickelodeon TV show.
Yeah, and they got a Nickelodeon live action actor. So
Child
you know
actor.
it's gonna be good.
Child actor. Hey, I held out hope. You never know. He could have been a decent actor, but he definitely didn't. I was hoping that he grew up with the series and he loved the series enough to pay homage to it, but he clearly didn't, and no one knew the series whatsoever. William Defoe might have watched the series, to be honest, because he's the only one that seems to have any love for the series whatsoever in the movie, because he just nails Ryuk so well.
Yeah, he's just like a master character actor. So of
Yeah,
course he's did his research. At the
but
very least, he looked up some Ryuk videos online just of like maybe just to get the gist of it.
yeah, whatever he did, it definitely he was able to nail it. Yeah, Death Note's just it's so good. I can't wait until we finish it.
Yeah.
But we can call this relaxed talk.
Yeah.
That was Toonami night. Go watch Devil May Cry. Go watch GunGrave. It's a good lineup together. Definitely
Yeah.
gives you a perspective on the vast difference of anime.
Mm-hmm.
Especially check out GunGrave though. That it's one that deserves way more love than I believe it gets.
Definitely.
But yes, if you've been if you've been listening this long, thank you so much. Please like or comment dislike on the video and share it around. Maybe put it on Reddit. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. And go check out some more of our content. We have Let's Plays. We have Loose Butthole reviews. That's TV shows and movies. And we have more relaxed talks you can listen to. The first half is us covering some news articles that was relevant for the time, and it kind of teetered into its own thing. So just go check out the episodes and see what you like. Do you have a particular sign off that you want to do, Spooge?
Yeah, I got one. Use the comment section as your personal death note.
Yes. Yes. And this will be bye bye.
Bye bye.